Do you need to spend money on bike mods? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the ATGATT Show, your guide to buying off the rack. My name is Ariel, aka the little big girl. We're back at Moo's Moto Garage, and fun fact that I learned right now, the Tech JP is the local supplier of brands like ARP Racing, Vesra brake pads, and MonkeyGripp. The more you know. Now, keep in mind, everything I talk about is really my opinion based off of my experience selling motorcycle gear and apparel for 7 seasons, as well as all of my customer feedback and conversations with tons of brand reps, including Arai, Revit, Alpine Stars, etc. You may not agree with me. You may have someone else tell you something completely different. That is all totally okay. There are so many factors to buying off the rack, including your body type, your tightness tolerance, and most importantly, your budget. So just use this as a guide to making the right purchase for you. Finally, things are always evolving in this industry, so if you know something I don't know, share it with the class. Respectfully leave it in the comments and maybe we can talk about it in a future video. All right, intro done, let's go. We're going to do something a little different today and talk about some popular bike modifications that may help you as a rider. In my experience, there are quite a few aesthetic mods that people immediately flock to when purchasing a bike. Frame sliders, a tail tie or fender eliminator, flush turn signals, sleeker mirror, and the list goes on. As to whether or not these are all legal is a whole other discussion. Just check your city's bylaws. Now, none of these things actually help you as a rider, aside from maybe cool points in your biking. But no shame, we all love a good-looking bike. But there are a few mods specifically for ergonomics that you should consider, and it may actually help you feel more comfortable and in control of your bike. It can be a bit more of a challenge to use our controls if we're putting too much weight on our bars. If you feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on the bars, or if you're really outstretched over the tank, you should consider clip-ons. Clip-ons allow you to adjust the placement of your bars, whether that is closer, higher, wider, narrower, whatever your preference is to become more comfortable. The goal is to position your body in such a way that you can use more of your core to hold yourself up and thus reduce the amount of pressure you naturally place on the bars and on the tank and free your arms to control your bike. This very helpful mod can cost around 200 to 400 Canadian. Another thing that you may find helpful are adjustable levers. Newer bikes are coming out with them already installed, but if yours didn't, there are a lot of options on the market. These are a great solution for people whose hands don't reach or fit the OEM levers, like me, with my tiny hands. There are also short lever options if you like that aesthetic. Here are some tips for lever placement, courtesy of Moo's Moto Garage's head tech JP. Keep the lever extended far enough out so that you can get as much travel as possible for your fingers. If you adjust it too close to the bar, you'll get very little pull. This will result in less potential brake travel or not being able to fully disengage the clutch. If you're sticking with your OEM levers, be careful with using the clutch free play adjuster to place your lever closer to the bar. Not only will you not properly disengage your clutch, you'll wear it out. If you're doing this, just spend the $300-ish to get adjustable levers. It's just safer. We don't just use our arms to control the bike. We also use our legs. Aftermarket rear sets are a must for getting that ideal ergonomics so we can get the most out of our bikes. Not all rear sets are created equal, and you definitely get what you pay for. Ideally, look for rear sets that have multiple peg position options so you can adjust it higher, lower, more forward, backward, whatever your preference. Most OEM pegs are foldable. Aftermarket rear sets usually come with the option of foldable pegs or solid non-foldable pegs. Racers tend to prefer the solid peg so that they can act as a slider. Solid pegs are easy to replace, and according to JP, they look pretty schwank. Put a definition somewhere in here. Speaking of racers, aftermarket rear sets may allow for GP shift conversion. This means that gearing is reversed. Typically, we tap down to go down a gear and up to go up a gear. In GP shift, you tap up to go down and down to go up. A lot of fast guys and gals prefer GP shift, myself included, as of this year. But I'm not fast yet, working on it. In terms of cost, generally the more adjustability, the more expensive the rear set. You can find rear sets as low as $200 Canadian to as high as $2,000 Canadian. I think $600 to $800 is a good budget to give you a wide enough range of options to choose from. And if you're taking your bike to the track, trust me, it's worth the investment. Finally, tank grips are a simple, affordable mod that do exactly what the name says. Help your legs grip the tank so that you're not sliding around whether you're hanging off the bike or braking really hard. They help you feel locked into the tank, especially when you're in your leathers. Again, not all tank grips are created equal and generally cost around $100 to $200. If clip-ons, levers, rear sets, and tank grips still aren't enough to give you the ideal ergonomics, you can also add a tank shroud. These can cost around $500 to $800. You will probably find that you'll still need the tank grips though, in which case, there is a much more affordable option that you can consider called MonkeyGripp. This is for people who don't fit the original ergonomics of the bike, period. They're designed to kill two birds with one stone. Give you grip so you can lock your legs while also changing the shape of the tank so you can fit better and be more comfortable. At around $300 to $400 before tax and shipping, it can be a much more affordable option rather than the tank shroud tank grips combo. Now, this mod doesn't necessarily work for everyone, and it is definitely one that, if you can, you should test the fitment. They are bike specific and have low and high and mini profile options. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, JP here at Muse Moto Garage has demos that you can test in the shop or at a track day where he's a vendor. Contact him if that's something you're interested in. This was an information-heavy one. This was a lot even for me, so when you're starting your search, having a trusted local retailer will come in handy. They can use their expertise and experience to help you find the right gear for you. Support local, and they'll support you back. If you want more content like this, hit subscribe and shoot me a follow at The Little Big Girl. Thanks for watching and happy shopping!